Now you may remember in my previous episode I said, you can see I've got the 4 string positions there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that will give me an idea of where the machine heads need to go. And then I did this. Now I know there are a load of folk out there shaking their guitars at the camera saying, "You stupid fool, Dave." But personally, I blame my production team. I mean, who writes these scripts anyway? Come on, come out, show yourselves, I know you're there. Let's get going. Hello there and welcome to another episode of my bass guitar makeover. This is episode 7. Now then, what's all this fuss about? Let me show you. I took great care in marking the string positions on this headstock template, but then I put these little templates of the machine heads actually centered on the strings, which of course is a rather silly idea because there's a spindle and the string goes around the spindle. So these should all be offset, and I've sort of sketched on the sort of position of the spindle. There it is. Each one of those should be slightly offset so that when the string comes on it winds around there, but it gives me a nice straight string pull through the nut. So what I'll need to do is bung these holes up and drill them again, into this time in the right place. So I'm going to be doing that in a bit later on. But in this video I want to tackle the inlay that I want to do on fret 12 or between fret 12. And I mentioned earlier that I've got this little mermaid graphic that I came up with years ago, and I've printed a few off on this sheet as you can see, and I'm going to have a go at trying to cut out that shape in this little bit of waste wood before I tackle it on the fretboard. Now I'm going to try and use this little knife just to score around this shape. I'll try not to get my head in the way as I usually do. I have attempted this in the past. I've attempted to do a wood inlay, and the trouble is the wood always breaks, so I've never managed to do this yet, so may all go horribly wrong here. What I want to do is to score this, and then if I can, I'm having trouble with the little template at the moment, try and score this and then go around it with a very fine router bit in the Dremel. I know this in a way is the wrong way to do this. I should be cutting out the shape in the material I want to use for the inlay, but I haven't quite decided what that's going to be yet. So I'm going to try this first. I do need a sharper blade as well. I have to get myself some scalpel blades. I just used some prick to stick this down, so hopefully it should peel off without too much bother. Let's see what we got. I've secured this piece to the table just with some masking tape at the bottom there. I've mounted up the little router bit on the Dremel. So just going to mask up, and there we go. And the first thing I need to do is put a bit of masking tape on to blow away all the chippings. Okay, I'm not showing too much of that process because it's not particularly successful. Right, what have I learned? Okay, first of all, I need better glasses because I can't see what I'm doing very easily. So I need more light on the subject, and I need to mark it much more clearly than I have done. I'm just wondering, in actual fact, if it'd be better to leave this graphic on it and just work to that. I don't think my idea for cutting the shape of the mermaid in the wood first and then filling it with some material like shell or something is going to really work. So I'm going to try a plan B. Let me show you. I'm going to try making in aluminium. I've cut out this shape very carefully with a knife. I'm going to stick that down on the aluminium and then attempt to cut that out with a combination of saws and files. See if I can get that shape as close as I possibly can. I need this template to be fixed down as firmly as I possibly can make it, so I'm going to use some PVA and I'm going to leave it overnight to really set hard. There we go. Now then, this work is obviously going to take a little time and it's going to be a bit noisy, so I'm going to subject you to a little jazzy combo track that actually I started last year. In fact, it's imaginedly titled February 2020, and I just discovered it recently and sort of finished it off to an extent. It features the late great Red Bass on well, bass, and this little beauty. This is my third prototype travel guitar. It's the first one, in actual fact, with a preamp built into the guitar. And well, this little beauty's been on tour for a couple of years with various people trying it out for me. And well, it's great to have her back. And well, I hope you enjoy the track. Okay, well, using a combination of a 3mm drill bit, some files and the homemade nut file, I've managed to get most of the shape of the mermaid done. I've still got these little holes to cut out where her arms are, and I think I'm going to use a very small drill to do that because I don't have a file fine enough. But unfortunately I've run out of time this week. I need to edit this video to get it up, and well, thank you very much for watching and listening this week. Sorry it's just been sort of all focused on this mermaid, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with what I've done, and there's plenty more to do on this bass project, so keep watching and I'll see you soon. In the meantime, stay safe.